badass kind of day. Well, that's what I've had this morning. Came out here and looked at this because it's actually that mega pond that I just finished up. This is like 3 miles away. So I thought while I was here, I'd come over. This is a little pond here that I've got to come out and clean up. I mean, you can see it's just a little bitty thing, but while I was here, I mean, you can see. But I thought while I was here close, I'd just come over and do this one. But in typical fashion, got out here this morning at 9 o'clock, looked everything over, left about 9:30. Was gonna go back to the house, grab the wife so she could bring me to get the truck, and so I go get her. Come on, baby. I go and get her, come back out here, get everything ready to load up. Forgot the key at the house for the excavator. I had to turn around and go back. So I made 3 trips out here today. Just trying to get this thing over here. So it's 1:45. I wanted to be done with this one and move to another one. So but tell you what's been the story of my life lately. I had the air conditioner belt on this. It's been squealing. Every once in a while it'll start squealing when the machine throttles up. You could, a lot of times you could shut the air conditioner compressor off and then start it back up and it wouldn't do it. But it just started doing it worse and it wouldn't quit doing it. So anyway, I was hoping it was the belt, and because the belt was loose. So I had to tighten the belt up before I left. Easy. So I had to tighten the belt up before I left, which I did, and that was what it was, thank God, because I was not looking forward to having to replace the compressor. Just now got out here, so needless to say, it has been one of those days. There's another pond with a lot of mud that I've got to go to. That I was wanting to get this one done and get moved to, but I don't know now. I may have to move tomorrow, and I've got to help my son tomorrow. So we got rain coming in, so that should be okay. We got rain coming in tomorrow. Mainly tomorrow night, I think. So, this pond that I'm going to go to after this one does not need any, well, I might just leave the little trees. break ice, you know, if need be, to get the cattle fed, or watered rather. So like this. Kind of set up a spillway here, but this over here is going to be taller than that. And I don't want to, you know, I don't want to cause a dam to blow out again. But this is, you know, this is just kind of a little water hole. I suspect that mud's not all that deep in there. Oh my goodness, that was a good one. That was good. Last few years have just been kind of like this. I mean, we've gone from spring to, you know, spring rains to summer drought. It's been like this the last couple, man, I'd say probably the last 3 or 4 years. Much of a transition. So I mean, you're twiddling your thumbs when it's doing all that raining, and then when it quits raining, you're running around, you know, kind of hell-bent for election kind of deal, and there is no ease into and allow yourself to, you know, kind of stay caught up. I mean, it's just been craziness. Alright, well, the GoPro shut down again because it got too hot. It got too hot inside of an air-conditioned cab. That is what's aggravating. That's what makes me mad. I don't have it set on any aggressive settings. No super duper, you know, 5K, none of that crap, and it still overheats. So the SD card I have in here is it's a higher dollar, so it's not a cheap SD card by any means. It's for, you know, high quality, you know, stuff like this. So I mean, it's not, you know, any of that stuff like that. I don't know what the heck it is. The sandstone, like I just picked up there, that's what they used to, they build these rock houses and stuff around this part of the country with, because they're real flat. So that's where all these old rock houses were built, out of that stuff. There's a lot of them in this part of the country because of the availability of all that flat sandstone. So I imagine this whole bottom's going to be full of it. different SD card or something and see if that's where the issue is. I don't know, but my gosh, it's aggravating. This little sucker may be deeper than what I'm thinking. Just got a bunch of sandstone in it. There'll be a bunch of ticked off frogs and turtles, I'm sure. Out of there tomorrow. I had to move that mud back off a little bit further off that mega pond. I had to move it back a little bit further. The owner wanted to move back. It wouldn't have, I don't think it would have, been an issue because that mud's hard and sticky, so it's not like it's going to run off in there and get back in there. I mean, some is, but not a significant enough amount. And I've had to do that before on some ponds, and I never had an issue. But I mean, it's his show, and my job is to please him, and so he tells me to move it back. That's what I want to do, and that's what I did. I got it back as far as I could. But 10,000, almost 11,000 cubic yards is what it figured up to. Kind of put that in perspective, that is pushing almost 800 dump truck loads of mud. My dump truck is about a 14 yard bed, and that's sorry about that. I about bombed you with the mud, didn't I? It won't be long, you're gonna overheat anyway. Shut off. Alrighty guys, not much of a video. And it's not extremely clean, but for what it was, it's not too bad. Like I said, they'll come, cows and stuff will be in here, waller this all down, and I could have it nice and pristine. Cows will come in here and it'd look like this in about 30 minutes. So main thing I want to do is get this mud out of here. And for a little pond, that sucker's deep, and it had a crap ton of mud in it. I mean, you can see for no bigger than that pond is, look how much mud came out of there. I'm walking over here. See there? Even some right up in there too, but this all came out of that little pond. And shows you how deep that sucker is. Because I mean, heck, the mud was, you know, I could get the excavator off in there, and my track was at the edge of the mud, so I mean, that tells you how much mud was in there. So, like I said, it's not pristine. It'd been nice to have the 850 here to run around in here and make her all nice, but with that toothed bucket, it's really hard to get it completely smooth. I'm going to rig me up a cutting edge, and I'm going to so where I can pin it on the two outside teeth of the bucket and have a cutting edge and have it, you know, probably 6 inches over either end. As far as width of the bucket, have about 6 inches over, and that way I can have a smooth mouth bucket. And that way I can unpin it, slide it off there, put my teeth back on, and be good to go. But you know, that would be excellent for cleaning these ponds out, you know, and it sure make it a lot nicer. So Anyway, that's one of the projects I need to do, along with straightening my thumb up and welding some gussets in there. Something else I need to do. So anyway, well, I'm gonna load up before the sun sets. I'm gonna load up, head this thing over there, the 210 over, drop it off at the next pond cleaning project, and then in the morning I'll have to come back over, grab the D6, because I'm going to need the D6 over there as well. So anyway, it's that time of the year, and that's going to be mainly what we're doing. We're kind of trying to drop all the other stuff for right now and concentrate on these ponds, because you know, it won't be too long and we're gonna be out of the pond business as far as cleaning goes, because the rains are going to set in, and we're going to have a lot of rain coming, and it's going to fill them all back up. And so I'm trying to get all of them cleaned out that I possibly can. I'm not going to get them all, but I'm going to try to get as many as I can before it hits. So I mean, she is nasty, bless her heart. This pond was really sloppy. Look at that. Oh, gonna have to take a good power washing when this is all said and done. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna quit blabbing and get this thing loaded up so I can get out of here. So anyway, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave comments, ring that notification bell, and that way you know when I post a new video. Also, again, on Instagram, follow me there, and that's at DirtDaddy953. I'll have some pictures there. Several views on the mega pond. I've got one more video I think to make on it, and to show the completion on it. So this should be a cool video. I hope you all like it. So anyway, guys, again, I'm out of here, and we shall talk to you later.